The gospel may come as a surprise for all of us and even shocking. We know that Jesus is a Prince of Peace. He is supposed to be the God of unity. And he has been mentioning that in other parts of the gospel. I am the Prince of Peace. I came to bring you back to the Father, to give you eternal salvation by means of unifying yourselves and your hearts towards the Father. But in our gospel today, there seems to be a contradiction of what he had said and claimed. He said, I came to set the earth on fire, and I came to bring not unity but division. There will be division in the family, the two against three. The father will be against the son, the daughter against the mother, and so on and so forth. Brothers and sisters, the decision to follow Jesus does not necessarily bring peace to people. His peace is different from the peace of the world. The peace of Jesus demands working for justice and reconciliation among people, the promotion of human rights, the respect for the sacredness of life, respect for others. From the womb to the tomb, we have to respect life, and that is the tenet of our Catholic faith. To create a peace that is built on justice does not go without resistance and rejection. It means suffering and sacrifice. Following Jesus is not like taking a painkiller, but rather like accepting to be a burning fire. Hence, in our gospel today, we should not be shocked, but rather examine ourselves if we have been following the tenets, the basic of the teaching of Jesus, which is now being lived by the church, our Catholic Church. Jesus demands a total commitment to the values of God's kingdom, the values of love, the values of justice, reconciliation, respect for life. This provokes a division among his people. That is why this was spoken so many thousands of years ago, but now his teaching is still true. So we should not be shocked when he said this. When even in our own experience, we are seeing this in our own family. When some other members of the family are not respecting life, are not respecting relationship blessed by God, or so many other teachings that are being contradicted. But we should be happy because we are, we stand and we defend what is godly and what is the teaching of the church and what is in consonance with Christ wants us to live. So when some members of the family accept while others reject Jesus and his gospel, there will be tensions. There will be divisions. The division of father against son, daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law. When our family and our relatives support and encourage us in our discipleship, so must be better. But even when this is not the case, we are still invited not to compromise the message of Jesus. The little flock that we are always called upon to put loyalty to Jesus before personal and family loyalties. Jesus first, his teaching first, that we should live. While we stress, again, this is the father and mother, spouse or children, the following Jesus and carrying the cross, Jesus takes the first place in our faith, and we have to journey with him. So, brothers and sisters, what are those teachings which we have to stand? And it is but sad that there are those who claim to be Catholics, but they said we are Catholic, but we cannot follow, for example, the teaching of the sacredness of life. One big issue that should be cleared in consonance with this or in connection with this is the issue on the beginning of life, the sacredness of life. We believe that at the moment of conception, when our fathers, our mothers, in the month of married life, they exercise their unitive function, and then they have the conjugal relationship, intimate conjugal relationship. At the moment of their unity, when the sperm cell from the fathers and the egg cell from the mothers unite, that is the moment that a human being is formed in the womb of the mother, in the womb of our mother. And that is the moment where the sacredness of life begins. Some claim that it is not yet a human person because it is still part of the human body of the women. And therefore, the women has the freedom to decide whether to expel it, kill it, or put it out from the womb of the mother. And this is her freedom. That is not so, because every life comes from God. And it is God Himself who put that life in the womb. You are but just a caregiver. You give your care, your love to that beginning of life that was put by God in your womb. Your responsibility is to take care of that life. They claim that there are some days or months or even when that baby is already outside the womb of the mother, then that is the moment that we can call the baby a human being, a human person. Brothers and sisters, there is this sacredness of life that we know, the teaching coming from God Himself. That is why we have to respect life from the womb to the tomb. And we are not responsible. We do not also have the freedom to take that life that is given to us freely. You cannot take your own life, and even so, you cannot take the life of others, because every life comes from God. He alone has the right to give life and to take life. These are just some of the teaching that causes division, not only within the family, but also within the society. I remember some years ago, in my country, in the Philippines, I have a parishioner who came to me for advice. He said they had a very good, very surmounting and big problem. It's about their daughter, who then was in the second year high school, very young girl. And of course, because of the environment, the girl was found to be pregnant, and the girl confided to the mother, and the mother, of course, shared the bad news to the father, and the father was furious. He said, "It is a shame for our family to have a very young daughter who is pregnant now, and they cannot even the daughter cannot even tell them who the father was. Maybe one of the classmates or some other boyfriend that she has." That is why the father decided that the daughter should have an abortion, so that they can retain the face of the family, the name of the family. They will be free from any shameful experience from others. They were thinking, what about what the people were saying about our family? It is a big shame. So they decided that the girl should go somewhere to have an abortion. But the mother said, no. Abortion is killing. Abortion is murder. It is against God. That child in the womb of our daughter is a human person. Human person that needs our care, our attention. And the father insisted, and there was this division. They were quarreling, intensely quarreling to each other, at the point that the father left the home. And of course, the mother was happy because they are on their way to take care of the child. And after some time, the authority of the mother prevailed. But the father would not come home. But to make the story very short, at the end, maybe it was the intervention of the presence of the divine providence that one time, the mother and the daughter, when the baby was already born, the mother and daughter brought the child to the hospital for checkup. And surprisingly and accidentally, the father was there. And he saw the baby. And at the moment when he saw the baby, he forgot everything. And he was happy to see the baby. That division becomes a unity. They were united together again. You see? So this is how Jesus, the words of Jesus now prevails in our experience. There will be division, but God Himself will find His way to make us united together. Brothers and sisters, let us pray that the small divisions that we have in our families, maybe the cause is money, relationship, principles, or anything else. Let us pray that there will be unity. That division is caused by us, not by God. So it will be the grace of God who will find His way to bring us back together in a spirit of love, in a spirit of reconciliation, and above all, in a spirit of forgiveness. So in this Mass, let us offer to God those members of our family who are against us, who are our enemy, who maybe are professing other religion, that eventually someday there will be unity, there will be love, no more division, but Christ Himself will unite us in the spirit of truth, justice, and reconciliation. We will now profess our faith.